So I don't have to do nothing else, right? I'm good. All I have to do is talk, right?
You're good. Yeah, yeah. And we're live.
Awesome.
We're live. We're not live streaming right now because I tell you what, I tried to get all this worked out with live streaming, and when you're running Zoom, you're running, a couple different,
Zoom.
cameras, and oh,
I was trying to do it from my because I got a setup here. For some reason, it wouldn't do it on my computer. That's why it took me so long. So I had to do it from my phone. So no worries, bro.
it's all good. But yeah, now I can pull up the clips that you sent me, and we can listen to the single. But anyway, let me introduce my guest here, and his name is Stacey Wade. And I'm gonna let you introduce yourself how you would like to be introduced. All right?
Okay, cool. Hello, everybody. My name is Stacey Wade. I am a musician. I was born Dallas, Texas. I grew up in Memphis, Tennessee. I've been playing for Al Green. I don't know how old my listeners are here, but I'm just gonna use my imagination and say you might know who Al Green is. So I've been playing for Al Green, the soul singer, since I was 19 years old. Graduated from Berklee College of Music. Yeah, and I moved out here to Portland in 2020 in the middle of the pandemic, and I got a new project. So that's kind of like the basis, the guidelines of it. I don't know too much more before I start babbling, so I'll just
Yeah.
stop there.
No, that's awesome. When I saw your email and I saw Al Green, I was like, yep, this is gonna be awesome. So
Eh,
I'm really glad that you were available at the same time I was here. So I
Likewise.
I tell you what, so I play in a lot of cover bands, like wedding bands and stuff. So
Right.
First Dance, Let's Stay Together, Al Green. I mean, it's just such a
Yep.
great song. And so, I can't say that I know a whole lot of the other ones, by the name of the song, but if I heard them, I probably would. But I mean, that song is just, it's just,
Can I tell you a funny story? So
please.
like I'm 44. So technically Al Green is kind of out of my age range too. So like I was a hardcore jazz music. I'm still we'll get down further down the line. My first love basically stylistically was jazz. It wasn't really soul music other than gospel. My grandfather's a preacher, so I grew up in the church. So that's always around. But to get back to the point, I didn't really know. I heard like you. I heard his music, because I'm in Memphis. Of course, I've heard of Al Green, but I didn't know how big he was until I did my first gig, and we did like the California State Fair, and I think I was like 19 years old. And I was signing autographs at the end, and it was like a whirlwind situation, bro. So you're not alone in that. You're not alone in that situation. His music has spanned like decades and generations. So, we're all kind of riding under that umbrella, if you see.
So, how at the ripe age of, you said 19?
19 years old.
Okay, tell me what led up to that and how you got that opportunity and then how you landed it.
Sure. So I was working. I did. Wow, wow, wow. I try not to ramble too much. Bear with me, guys. Um, I did a year in an unaccredited school before I went to Berkeley. Like right after high school, I went to college, Texas College. I did a year, came back, kind of just mulling around. My grandfather. I was raised by my grandfather. And he was like, "Yo, you gotta do something." You know what I mean? I think I was going to junior college. Taking classical lessons with the great Dr. Pender. What's up, Doc? He still supports me today. One of the great, great, great professors over there in Memphis at Southern Technical College. We used to call it Shelby State. I don't know what's the name of it now. Forgive me, guys. But back on track. I was working at this music store called Strings and Things. And Strings and Things, for all the people who are not from Memphis, it's a mom and pop's music store, and it's very, it's they supply all the musicians, and it's a staple. So I was working there, and at the time, here's who was working at Strings and Things: Jonathan Richmond, rest in peace, who ended up being going along to be the music director for Eric Benet, worked with Prince, Angie Stone. He recently passed this year, a good friend of mine. Rest in peace, bro. So it was me, Jonathan Richmond, and Tony. Tony, Uncle Tony. You know I'm forgetting your name. His name Uncle Tony. Tony Smith. My fault, Tony. I know your last name, bro. I just call you Uncle Tony all the time. So it was all three of us. We were working together, and I just, I got the job just so I could play the piano all day. So we all just playing, and I didn't realize how much of an incubation period that was, because we all ended up going to do great things and going on the road. But Uncle Tony was the MD for Al Green at the time, so we was all working together. And I came back from lunch one day, and they was all seeing me. They was like, "Oh man, this young guy can play," because I was in it. I was totally submerged into music at that time. So I came back from lunch, and Jonathan Richmond was like, "No, you can't go." I was like, "What?" I thought I did something wrong. I was like, "Yeah, you see how you tilted your face?" I'm like, "Can't go." Like, bro, what are you talking about? You know what I'm saying? And Tony was like, "You want to go on the road without Green?" And me, I'm like, "Well, it ain't Herbie Hancock, you know what I'm saying? But let's go." You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm just nonchalant, like, whatever. You know what I'm saying? So, like, he was like, "Yeah, all right, well," he gives me the manager's phone number, and like an hour, 2 hours later, I get a call. I go pick up a check for like $1,400 and like 20 songs to learn. That was like, "Oh yeah, we leave in about 4 days." Learn this.
Wow.
I'm
You
like,
just, you really never know.
you never know. So like for all my budding musicians and like people who always ask about road opportunities, just kind of stay ready. You know what I mean? Just kind of be prepared for that moment, because you never know when it's going to happen.
Yeah, yeah. So now, what year would that have been? And do you know who his keyboardist was before you?
Ah, let's see. I want to say that was around 2001, 2002. I don't know, because I play auxiliary and keys. So to that point, I'm not sure. I have to check out, and like if you guys have comments, I'm sure some of the band members will see this. I don't remember if there was a strings player in Al Green's band in 2001. I know Johnny Brown was on Oregon, and this is a band, by the way, that the great we call him Pink Panther, but Larry, he played with he was in the band with Jimi Hendrix. Played in the band of Gypsies. Basically, a lot of historic people, the great Teeny Hodges. A lot of people came through this band. So at this time, Johnny Brown was on Oregon. Darrell Wells, which was one of my best friends and my musical father, he was on drums, and he was the youngest guy next to me in the band. He was 27, I was 19. You know what I'm saying? So that was and everybody else was like 40s. Like, you know what I mean? So and it was 13 people in the band. And so I can't remember, because the band had a lot of metamorphoses. We had Dennis Bates on trombone, Gangster Sangster John on trumpet, excuse me, sax, Anthony Royal on trumpet. So that was, most of those guys, all of us was from Memphis at the time. Now, I still play with him, by the way. We just had a gig a couple of months ago. Now that he's getting older,
I just Googled. Yeah, I had to Google right before this. I didn't do. Right. That was about all the research I did. Was I said,
no, that's cool. We didn't have much
time. Yeah, I said, Al Green still out there? It looks like he is touring a little bit here and there.
Yeah, we're still doing stuff. We had a gig in Arizona. It got canceled off of promoter reasons, off of some promoter situations. But I know we got a gig in August. Like, we'll probably do a couple of gigs next year. But like, this was back in the day when I first joined the gig. When I first joined, we were doing sometimes like 2 or 3 months, 2 or 3, 4 months out the year, which is a lot considering. That still wasn't his heyday. Like I said, Al Green's music has spanned decades. But for me, for a young budding musician, that was my first experience in touring and things. Like, that was it was a good experience.
Oh, I know a lot of people who would just dream of being able to play in that band where you've got that name.
Yeah, it was almost a gift. It was almost a gift and a curse, though, because that was my first big gig, and like, for that to be my first big gig, it took me a while to figure myself out artistically. You know what I mean? Like, and that's what kind of, the Suede Trio and the stuff I'm sure we'll get into later. It's the combination of all of it. Because having a gig that early, you know what I mean? Like, looking for my identity, my musical identity, that became a struggle after I got over the initial pink cloud or what have you of having that gig. It lasted for a while.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I had a whole lot of fun. But when I started looking around, me like, oh, now what's next? You know what I mean? So like it was a gift and a curse, but I would do it again anytime, twice on Sunday.
I'll tell you what, and I'm not going to talk much about myself, but I'm glad that you brought up how you kind of felt like you were kind of thrown into it, and it's like you hit that level so quickly, because I'm kind of the same way. I haven't been playing bass forever. It's actually something I picked up later in life, but I made the right connections, and I proved that I want to do it well, and I want to serve the instrument's role well. And so I played for some bands that I wouldn't have even dreamed about, because you look around and, you've got, people with doctorates in music and people that have been playing forever and ever. And you just look around and you go, man, I'm just this unexperienced musician, but I got to figure out how to hold my own, amongst them. So tell me how your nerves were in those first few gigs, and did you make any huge mistakes? And did they look at you and laugh?
This is great. Listen, I'm telling you, I'm gonna try not to put everything, because I am writing a book and I'm gonna do a documentary about my life. But
awesome.
Check this out. This is hilarious. So back to the State Fair, right? This is my first gig, right? So we do backline, and I'm like, I got all these type of nerves, because like I'm doing things like I've traveled before. I was raised pretty well. My grandfather, educated Black man. He was a minister. He took me to Singapore when I was 10. I've had my passport since I was 10 years old. Into different types of music, classical. I sang in the Memphis Boy Choir. When I was head chorister, singing choral music. Like, I'm deep into this musical shit. Excuse my language. You know what I mean?
Yep, you're good.
I'm deep into it. You know what I mean? So like, but saying all that, I still was in uncharted territory when I did my first gig with Rev, with Al. I call him Rev. But I'm still in the uncharted territory, because I've never been to California a bunch of times, but I've never been to California as a working musician. So so I'm nervous. I'm writing all this music. I didn't learn to play the music right, by the way, until like the first year. Like, I almost got fired so many times.
Wow.
And I don't know if anybody watching you look up now, I'm pretty legendary in that band. Like, there's nobody in that band that can do what I do. You know what I'm saying? Like, and that's not me. It's documented. You know what I'm saying? It's not me being cocky or whatever. It's documented. You know what I mean? But back to that first gig, I was so nervous, and I'm trying to get a field of vision. So this is me. This is Rev right here. Okay. And like the band, the rest of the band is right here. They put one keyboard stand, and a DX7, bro. A DX7 right behind Rev, the first gig. I'm talking about, bro, I could see what he had, like how much money he had in the back of his pocket. I was so close, bro. Like, the first with a DX7. We in 2001, bro. Like, and this is not Cameo, But now that I've known, the DX7 would have been right. But so like, I was so ball of nerves. But I got through the first show, got through the second show, and like I said, I stumbled through that year because I was still learning how to play music. I mean, play music properly, because we was learning I was learning a whole different way to play music. As far as I was learning soul from a master. I come from a jazz school where I love major 7 chords, minor 5, flat 7 chords. I love my, I love my jazz theory, my 9 chords back then. Had to take all that shit out.
Yeah.
All of that out when we playing soul. We doing pocket, we doing straight, School of James Brown. You getting fine. you getting fined if you out of line. You know what I mean? So I really learned how to play music like that, and man, it was so fun. Like,
amazing.
I almost get teary.
I'm smiling from ear to ear. This is fun.
I almost get teary eyed thinking about it. It was a moment. Give me a minute.
You're good, man. I'm gonna check levels and make sure everything's looking good.
It was a moment we were in L.A. and we were doing something for A&E Movie Channel, which is another wild. I have a separate wild story about that gig, but this story, it was like it all came together. The band was nice. We was doing Let's Stay Together, and
take your time, man. We got all the time we need.
the band had gotten to a whisper. This far off the ground. We was doing Let's Stay Together, and Rev had to do his little walk, and it was like a out of body experience. I was like, damn, I'm playing with a soul legend, and the band didn't lose no intensity, kept everything in the pocket, and it was this quiet. I was like, damn. Not a feeling like it.
Wow.
Not a feeling.
I honestly, as little as I could actually experience that, just seeing your emotions, I mean, that speaks words. And I'll be honest, that's why I love live music, number one, and that's why I love doing these interviews. I mean, I just started this on Friday, so to have you on here a couple days later is amazing. And
yeah,
to have it just be live and raw, and hopefully nothing explosive happens or I can't post a video at all. But man, there's nothing better than being in the moment.
No, yeah, I'm sorry. I didn't expect that thing. I'm kind of going through a shift in my life where a lot of good things are happening. I'm like ultra emotional right now. I'm usually not like this, so forgive me. It's a good thing, but sometimes it's hard for me to process things. But carrying.
I appreciate you just letting loose. Yeah. So, do you want to talk any more about your Al Green experience, or do you want to talk about kind of what you're doing? I mean, that's back in the day leading up till now. What are you doing now? You want to talk about that?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, we have it's a whole. My homeboy Keyshawn used to say I'm an onion. It's a whole lot of layers. So hopefully this is just an introduction, and I really, one of the reasons why I took your interview, I have a new project coming out called Sway Trio, and it's like I said, it's a combination of my experiences playing with Al Green, MDing for the group Sweet Honey in the Rock. I don't know if I have any Sweet Honey in the Rock fans. They're an a cappella group they're back. They started back in I want to say maybe the mid 70s, early 90s. I mean, early 80s. But they're an institution, and I recorded an album in Lincoln Jazz Center with them, and I'm kind of proud. That's kind of like my one of my proudest works outside of Al Green, because it shows the versatility of me as a jazz pianist. But this group is the combination of a culmination of all of that. It's and I'm really proud of it. I'm so proud. We did our first two shows this past month. Like I said, we're based out of Portland. We did our first show at Strum PDX, and then second show at Alberta Lounge, Alberta Street Pub. Uh, the great drummer Tyrone Hendricks is part owner of that. Tyrone Hendricks is the drummer for Alan. What's the Alan Stone? Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
drummer for Alan Stone. He did some stuff with Stevie Wonder. He's a cool drummer. What's up, Tyrone? So yeah, so we did our debut then, and we have bridging the music festival May 16th, and like we have. I wrote this song called Judy. Man, I wrote Judy almost probably like 12 years
Is
ago.
that the one you sent me
And
on SoundCloud?
yeah,
Okay.
yes, it's on all platforms, musical platforms. It's my first song. I sang, wrote, played organ, piano, and produced that with my band that I had in Boston with my Berkeley college, my Berkeley guys, um, Brandon Mays, Carl Eisman, the great Aaron Bellamy, bass player, and the executive producer and the mixer. Aaron's a good guy. I love Aaron, and a couple of other guys. So yeah, so we do a mixture of we do some mashups, but like it's mostly originals, and yeah, it's a mixture of jazz, of soul. I'm doing some singing. I'm playing some jazz, piano, and it's a touch of Dilla in there, and it's just all my personalities, and of course it's overlaid in gospel. You know, me being growing up in the Christian faith, I am a believer, and I do believe in God, so that's wrapped up in everything. So
It's hard not
I don't know
to.
if you,
Whatever your beliefs are, they tend to come out through
yeah,
music.
yeah,
I mean,
they do,
they do.
they do,
Yeah.
they do. So true. So and
So we got about 10 minutes left on this segment of the interview. So I'm thinking,
sure,
would you mind if I played Judy? Now,
sure,
you won't hear it very well on your end. It might buffer in and out.
that's cool. That's cool.
I should have the volume down low enough, high enough so you can hear it in the video, but low enough that if you want to make a comment here or there throughout it. But we'll listen. Is this
That's
a
cool.
song where you would like to? I mean, we can go ahead and listen to the whole 4 minutes here, or is it just a segment you really want to focus on?
No, no, let's this is cool. Let's check the whole song.
Let's roll. Here we go.
I'll try not to talk through it. Let's do it.
I met this girl one day walking. I asked her what was her name, and then she started talking. Knew my life wouldn't be the same. I asked her how would she like to be with me. Travel the whole world to see her, yeah. 'Cause this has got to be. Have you heard about Judy? She makes the world go round. Did you hear about Judy?
It's Jason Hunt on Trump. Jason Hunt on Trump.
Say that again. I think it probably came through.
I'm steady racking my brain with visions of her and I. I'm about to go insane, yeah. Don't wanna run out of time. I feel like this would be heaven.
I muted you just in case. I've been having a coughing fit, so when you're ready, just unmute yourself, okay?
She makes the world go round. I let them get
Man, this sounds amazing through my headphones right now.
Thank you, man.
Man, you cannot groove to this. I mean, of course, you know, as a bass player, I'm just focused right in on that, but everything is just so...
Aaron's tough, bro. Aaron's from that soft line. He plays with them a lot.
Beautiful.
I don't know if you heard me, but Aaron, the truth, he comes from that school like Soul Live Lettuce. Like he knows those cats, he hangs with them. You know what I'm saying? So
this is
like his stuff is for real, bro.
Amazing.
Yeah.
All right, so talk about that song, whatever you want to talk about, who played on it, whatever. We got a couple minutes here. Then we're gonna end part one.
Cool.
It says we might have 10 minutes, so yeah, but it's counting down. We've actually got 10 minutes, so go for it.
That's cool. Yeah. So yeah, Judy was. We were in I spent 10 years in Boston, all together, I think. And it was during my first couple of years in Boston. I had this group called Soul Melodic. It was a band we called Soul Melodic. And I ran into this dude. His first name is Alex. I don't remember his last name. I remember he had a record company called Young Cub Records. Cool dude, cool white dude. You know what I'm saying? You could tell he had a little bit of soul about him. You know what I'm saying? He kind of, you know, like you. You know what I'm saying? You got a little soul about yourself.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But and he was a real cool dude. He had one of the dopest studios I've seen. I'm kind of I'm still inspired. I'm looking around at my stuff and I'm kind of inspired still by him. He had like, I think 2 or 3 story house, and he just gutted it out and put a whole studio and wired it. Like you could go down, like everything was connected. You know what I'm saying? And he had speakers throughout. I even think he had speakers in the bathroom. You know, everything was seriously, like everything was geared toward recording. You know what I mean? So he saw my band somewhere. We were doing the 2-foot dash around Boston, you know, doing the gigs, like, you know, like all Berkeley students with bands, you know what I mean? And he heard us or whatever. And he wanted us to write an album, a soul album, which that was still my first. Side note, MDing is an art into itself. You know what I'm saying? Like leading a band and like that's a whole nother art.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like it's so much subtleties and like things that lead to that. And I don't know how many musicians are watching this, but like guys who like, and it's work in MD. You know, it's work in being a musical director and it's fun, you know what I'm saying? But it is not for the weak. You know what I'm saying? You gotta be a psychologist, you gotta be a minister,
therapist.
You gotta be a gangster.
Yeah. Yep.
No, but so when he was like, oh yeah, I want y'all to write this album. I was like, okay, cool, we're gonna write this album. That ultimately meant I was gonna write the motherfucking album. Excuse my language. No, so that was one of the main songs. I think I wrote a couple more songs, but they didn't last. That was the one that stuck. And I recorded it. Alex probably still got a recording of that then, but like that was almost like 15 years ago, man.
It
And
sounds great.
Yeah, thank you. Well, it's definitely over 10. It's probably like more 12, but I just put it on Spotify. I mean, on the platforms like a couple of months ago because I'm getting my company back together and I'm trying to get all my old production and stuff out, because I want to make room for the new stuff. So
Nice. Speaking of that, real quick. So after we're done with this segment, I'm going to talk to you about. I'm going to check the video, make sure everything looked clear, and I think we'll probably have enough content for a second one here. But make your plugs on how people can find you. That way we get it in this video in case they don't watch part 2. What do they need to look up on Spotify to find your music? How to get a hold of you, your website, stuff like that. And I'll put this in the description too.
Okay. I gotta remember. Hold on, I'm right in front of my computer.
Yep, you're good. I set up a link tree today because I was like, you got YouTube, you got Facebook, you got Instagram, then you got stuff on Spotify, and then do you do Apple Music or not? And it's like I set up that link tree.
I saw that.
Everybody to one page, and it's like here's everything I've got.
No, I saw that, and I'm kind of gonna take notice of that. That was my first time visiting that, and they got so many things in tech now, but yeah, I need something that I can consolidate everything.
And it was free. What I did was free. There's some premium features, if you really want to customize it, but I mean, it did the trick for what I need. So
yeah.
But anyway, how can they get a hold of you and all that good stuff?
Yeah, so basically, I'm just gonna point you to another consolidation area, which is my website. It is www.swademusic.com. On there, you will find everything that's happening with me. Link to Swade Trio. You'll find I produce music as well. You'll find some of the links to my production. I do session music. Anything pertaining to Swade, Stacey Wade, Swade Music LLC, all of that good stuff. You can just type in www.swademusic.com and everything will come from there. Cool. And you can just Google Judy. If you like the song, please go out and support it. I'm new to the streaming world. Be nice to me. I promise I'll make more good music.
I hope they're nice to me on these interviews. This is gonna be a great one. I know that.
Be nice to others. Yeah. But no, in all seriousness, please support if you do like it. I would greatly appreciate it. And I want to say thank you to Noah too, as well, publicly. We actually just met like a couple of hours ago. And we got to the business real quick, and sometimes that's all it takes. And please support his thing. He's a cool guy. I get good vibes from him.
Thanks. I'm going to wrap this one up, and I think that I might have some people that might get mad at me if I don't ask you about gear in the second one. So maybe we'll start out with that, what you're using. I don't have a lot of questions because, I'm all about bass. But I'm going to let you talk about it a little bit.
I love that.
Yeah, there you go. Now we're blocked, man. Now we're going to get blocked on YouTube. Well, it's funny. It's funny.
I'm new, bro. I'm new to this, bro. I'm sorry.
So this is kind of funny, actually. Grateful Dead. And I'll tell you this. The Grateful Dead actually transitioned me into really liking jazz. And I know a lot of people have weird things to say about the Grateful Dead.
I used to hate them deadheads, but because of that situation, what you just said, I stopped that about 5-10 years ago and became a Fish fan as well.
Really?
So,
oh, man.
Yeah.
See, I've been trying
I got converted.
I've been trying to get into Fish, but the thing that they do is they'll stay on an A chord for 30 minutes without making any chord changes.
Well, that's why I didn't like them, but you know why I became a fan? Because they had a fan base and they could tour the whole year.
Yep.
So I became a fan of the business aspect of it.
Yep. That's cool.
You know what I mean?
That's cool.
But when the groove stays in one spot, that's kind of like a pet peeve.
It's like the polar opposite of jazz.
Right. Which was hard, like back to the Al Green thing. I had to sit in the pocket, but at least with Rev, you have him singing the melody. But I don't want to get into another segment, but yeah. You know what I mean?
Cool. So I'm going to wrap this one up here, and I'm going to thank you very much, Stacey Wade. I'm going to talk to you about what we should title this video. I mean, because you are Al Green's keyboardist.
I am.
So that's,
current.
Yep, current. So that's going to be, I think some people are going to appreciate watching this. And I want to thank you. And we're going to go into part 2, talk about gear, and kind of see where that 40 minutes leaves us. And I'm going to give you a little, 5-10 minute break here because I want to watch the video, check a few things, make sure everything is looking good. Oops.
Tell me. Yeah, let me know if I need to fix anything or adjust something.
Yep. So I'm going to check it out real quick, and then I'll just...
Are you going to send me another link or something?
Yeah, I think I might have to. So I'll give you a phone call, but I'll be in touch here in the next 5 or 10 minutes, okay?
Sounds good.
All right. Thanks, man.
Thank you.
Bye for now.